All right, from downgrading to just plain old strong arming. According to a new court filing, former Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner warned Standard & Poor's, actually the company's chairman over at McGraw-Hill, after its 2011 decision to downgrade the U.S. credit rating. Now, the former secretary is denying it, but back then on this show, we were at least wondering about it.
Is the government using its heavy-handed thug power to strike back at its critics? And the answer is definitely yes.
I just find the timing curious. I'll leave it at that.
Well, you know, they say, if they bring a knife, you bring a gun. That's the Chicago way.
Who better to go to than Charles Payne?
We're not surprised. Thank you. Mild-mannered Tim Geithner by day, but unlike Clark Kent, when he gets out of that phone booth, he's mad. Listen, this is the hallmark of the administration. It's been all about intimidation and actually follow through on intimidation. So it's interesting that this is coming out now.
You know, Charlie, what's weird about it is S&P was the only company fingered by the government, presumably over generous ratings of securities, which turned out to be crap. Yeah. Now, Moody's and Fitch did kind of the same thing. But then again, Moody's and Fitch did not downgrade U.S. debt.
This is kind of like the Gambinos and the Bananos killing each other off.
I was thinking the same thing.
I have zero sympathy for S&P. They were one of the main reasons why we had a financial crisis. They deserve to be charged. I've looked at the evidence. The evidence is, in some ways, a little more worse in terms of S&P than Moody's and Fitch in terms of the emails. Tim Geithner is not a thug.
Did all three generously grade securities?
Yes, but in order to prove...
How many of the three face government wrath?
With all due respect, Counselor, you go by facts and evidence and intent, and the emails and S&P showed more intent than Moody's and Fitch. And I will say this. Everybody I know in government that gets downgraded, state governors, they complain to the rating agencies. Tim Geithner may be an idiot, but he is not a thug.
I don't think he's an idiot. I do think that there was a vendetta here. And if the other two been swept up in, I would have said, well, weird. I can understand, but fine. But only S&P. Only one that downgraded.
I think I disagreed with you on this premise before when we talked about this, and I was wrong because he did. Based on this affidavit, he did threaten S&P subtly, smartly, so he wouldn't get in trouble for it. But he did make a threat.
All right, real quickly then.
Followed through on it.
Ben and Adam. First to Ben. What do you think?
I think government officials are human. I think when they're threatened, they threaten back. They don't take a vow of sainthood when they become government officials. This is standard practice. I totally believe it was tit for tat.
Okay, Adam.
I totally disagree. It's not just government borrowers that complain. Every issuer complains. Corporations, too, if they don't like their rating.
And by the way, he didn't really threaten them, did he?
He said you'll sleep with the fish.
You'll see.
No, he complained.
Right. I'm kidding.
You gotta see the stuff I say.
Okay, I know.
Okay.
Stick around. Interesting picks. My thanks to Charlie and Dagan. Now how to play all of this so far in an ugly year.